Francis, and I'm here with Tim Allan, who is here for Chesapeake Hearing Center. And I had him come in because Senior Summit's coming up May 20th, and you guys go out there faithfully each year. So explain to the folks that, you know, are interested in the summit, if they come out there May 20th, what, you know, types of things do you guys do while you're at the Senior Summit?
Well, one of the great things about the timing of the Senior Summit for us is May is Better Speech and Hearing Month.
Okay.
And so we always are doing outreach during the month of May to go out into the community, to go to any group we can and talk to people about hearing loss, what they can do to prevent hearing loss, and what they can do if a loved one or themselves suffer from hearing loss, and what, you know, how we can get them over that hurdle to better communication. When we're at the summit, we will be doing hearing screenings. Now, these are pass-fail screenings because, as we all know, if you go to the summit, there's a lot of things going on, right, which is great. I mean, there's a lot of activity, but we can do a simple screening. They set us up in a room where it's kind of quiet. We can do a simple screening and get a pass-fail. And if you fail, what we'll do is we will bring you into our office at a later date for a no-charge, full-fledged screening to see where you are. We'll do a complimentary consultation and see how bad that really is. Was it the noise in the room, or do you really have an issue? And this is very important because communication requires talking and listening.
Right.
A lot of people, especially this year with the election going on, we hear a lot of people communicating at us.
Right.
But it's all about us listening and us being able to hear what others are saying to us. It's a two-way street. So we highly encourage people not only coming and seeing us, but coming with their loved one, because it's usually their friend or loved one that they're not communicating with, and they're struggling with. So if we can hear them both, then we can have a better idea of how to get them over that hurdle and help them hear better. And so we'll be there. We've been at every Senior Expo since the inception.
Right.
We are proud to be a sponsor, and you know, I can't think of a better group to sponsor with than the Area Aging Group. They do an excellent job. I know it'll be a bright sunny day.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've had ups and downs on that one.
But this year, I just know it'll be a bright sunny day.
Tell us where you're located if someone can't get to the summit, or how do they get in touch with you if they're interested in doing a screening at your office?
Okay, well at the summit, we'll be in the main exhibition hall in the very back. They always put us in the back because there's a room off there.
Right.
But if you can't get to the summit, you know, May 20th may not be on your calendar of a free day. We have a location in the Chesapeake Bay Business Park up on Kent Island, and we're also located in Easton. Easiest way to find us is to go to our website, helpyourhearing.com. Real easy to find, helpyourhearing.com. Get on there, you'll find we have contact numbers, we have locations, maps to all our offices. Just if you can't do that, our toll-free number is 888-647-6428. So a couple different ways to get a hold of us, but you know, come see us at the summit because we'll be there handing out goodies. We'll have a gift basket to raffle off that day. I have a woman in our office that does just an incredible job with gift baskets. So I'll have one of her gift baskets loaded with springtime goodies. And we're just going to be out there having fun, answering questions, giving out information.
Okay. Tell us if there's any changes that have happened in maybe different ways that people, or devices, or things that people could use to improve their hearing. Any changes in that this past year?
Well, probably the biggest change that's come through in our industry has been the ability to communicate with cell phones.
Okay.
And more specifically, iDevices, the iPhones, the iPads. There are devices that'll connect directly to the iPhone or the iPad. And that gives you great ability to understand conversations over the phone. When you have two hearing aids on and the phone is ringing in your hearing aid and you're able to answer it hands-free and talk through the microphone on your hearing aid, and people can hear you very clearly, and you're getting the signal back into your hearing aid, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Big game changer.
Big improvement.
And you can do the same thing on an iPad. Now, my father, he's 87, and we got him an iPad because he likes to FaceTime with his grandchildren.
Okay.
So I know there's a lot of people out there that do FaceTime. Imagine doing the FaceTime, but then having the audio coming through your hearing aids. So, one of the biggest complaints is I can see them on that box, but I can't understand what they're saying.
Correct.
Well, now you're getting that coming through your hearing aids. And that's a big changer. That has really changed it for a lot of people. Another change is there's a group out, and hopefully they'll be at the summit called QACTV, and we've been working with them. And they'll actually come into your house. They are a telephone provider, and they'll come into your house and set up a phone for you as long as you have internet access.
There's a lady, because I make phone calls for telephone reassurance.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we have to do to talk to her.
Right.
You have to dial their number, and then it hooks it to her phone, and she reads. Now, it takes a little longer. You got to have patience.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when you talk to her, she has to read what comes up. Then she can respond to you. So you just got to give them time to read it. But it makes it wonderful that she can now have a conversation. She's not always asking, "What'd you say? What was that?"
In this day and age, there's a lot of complaints about what we don't have. And in the state of Maryland, we have been very fortunate for many years to have a service called Maryland Relay. And Maryland Relay also works with this QACTV program. And these are operators, old-time operators, that are dedicated to working these phones.
Right.
And they do it through a call center actually out in Frostburg, Maryland. And it works great. It has served the hearing aid or the hearing impaired community for many years. It's got to be over 30 years that the program's been around, if not longer. But that's a free service to the seniors.
Right.
So if you need information on that, feel free to come up and ask us about that. That's what we're in the business of, is helping people hear better.
Right.
And it doesn't mean necessarily us selling you a hearing aid. That's the last thing we do. We help you. We want to make sure that you understand what your hearing is, and if there's a hearing loss, what you can do. If you have a loved one, what you can do. We'll have information on how to communicate properly.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, I know as a personal thing, I know hearing's getting worse. And we try to put it off and deny. And that's why it's important that loved ones are there with them. They can say, she doesn't hear that. She needs help, because we don't always want to admit it's getting worse.
And it does get worse. It sneaks up on you. It's one of those things you won't notice. All of a sudden
you notice what volume you're putting the TV on. That's how I notice, because when the volume used to be on 12 and now it's up to 20, it's like, things are getting worse here. I need to get it.
Well, the average, the nationwide average for people who do something about a hearing loss from the time that it was discovered is 7 years. And we'd like to see people do something a whole lot sooner than 7. One of the reasons, especially as you get older, as we know, the difference between 50 and 57, 60 and 67, 70 and 77 can be night and day.
Right.
I mean, your health is strong. That 7 years difference can make, there's a lot of doctor's appointments, there's grandchildren getting married, graduations. These are moments that will not come again.
Right.
And we don't want people to miss out on those precious moments. There's also the dilemma of starving your brain of information. If you do not use your brain to communicate, your brain will not really be able to handle it when all of a sudden you're hearing again. So we encourage people to do something, anything, to get their hearing coming back. I mean, there's more devices on the market. You can go in the hardware store and get a little amplifier. That's better than doing nothing.
Right.
I'd much rather see someone put a $39 device in their ear than do nothing. Now, we have better devices, obviously. We sell, and we have providers that work. They're dedicated. My wife this year, who will be at the summit, Dr. Caroline Allen, she's celebrating 30 years in the business.
Right.
She's been a licensed audiologist for 30 years.
In the update too.
Yep. She was voted
One of the best.
the best audiologist by the Shore Update, and it's because she dedicates herself to
Right.
the patients. It's not because of a device that she dispenses or has worked
No.
with, but it's because of what she does, and that's our secret, is how we work for our patients.
Right.
We're patient advocates. We do everything we can for
Well,
the
you
patient.
gotta. Not everybody likes the same device, or it doesn't work as well for one person as maybe another, and that's the important part, is
Correct.
to do it individually.
Correct. Yeah, these aren't as easy as eyeglasses. We
Right.
both have these great things on, and they make us see, but we couldn't get away with wearing each other's glasses.
Right.
And it's the same with hearing aids. We have a saying, what's good for Mr. Jones isn't good for Mr. Smith. You know, the same product won't work exactly. We can program different devices. We have devices and manufacturers that we work with because they know they'll work with us.
Right.
And that's important, is it is a process, and we need people who are going to work with us when we're working for the patient. So we work very hard to come up with the manufacturers that will stand behind us and give us what we believe is a very good product, and we've seen a very good success rate in patient smiles.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
That's what it's all about. So we look forward to seeing you at the
Absolutely.
summit. Hope these folks come out and
Yeah,
stop
please
by your
join us.
booth. You know.
Yeah, get a purple bag. I'll be out there handing out our purple bags.
Yeah.
Enter to win the gift basket. Get your hearing screened. You know, get a free pair of earplugs. Everyone always comes. It's lawn mowing season.
Right.
Protect your hearing. So come get a set of free earplugs from us.
All righty.
Okay.
Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Rather Than Dan here for QACTV. Thank you for watching another QACTV quality production.